ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतिरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नाम्ने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। We are reading from Sri Valmiki Ramayana, continuing Canto 1 summary. Upon hearing that Vishwamitra had arrived along with two unprecedented personalities, King Janaka, along with the sage Shratananda and others, approached them. People from various villages who had come to the sacrificial festival and residents of the city, including women and children, came to see Lord Rama. Having appropriately worshipped the sage along with his disciplic family members, looking at the Lord of the universe, the king spoke these words to the sage: "Who is this best of men? Handsome, dark like an emerald, his eyes like lotus leaves, endowed with fresh youth. Indeed, who is he with the shoulders of a lion, with a wide chest, his face like the full moon, with a deep navel, his neck shaped like a conch shell, and his arms strong, not surprised at anything. His face is always smiling, and his movement is like that of the king of elephants. He is learned and intelligent. O sage, who is this? So humble while speaking, measured words with immeasurable meaning." So nice. So humble while speaking measured words with immeasurable meaning. He is stupid to women, yet he is a servant of learned persons like you. He is nothing but death to his enemies, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead Hari to the yogis. And this extremely tender boy is a festival for the eyes of the people. We cannot tolerate his lotus feet touching the earth. Who is this other person standing next to him, resembling him whom this red-lipped one constantly follows like a shadow? Such a beautiful one paragraph description of Lord Rama. I'm going to read this again so that we can try to build a picture of this in our minds. Who is this best of men, handsome, dark like an emerald, his eyes like lotus leaves endowed with fresh youth? Who is he with the shoulders of a lion, with a wide chest, his face like the full moon, with a deep navel, his neck shaped like a conch shell, and his arms strong, not surprised at anything? His face is always smiling, and his movement is like that of the king of elephants. He is learned and intelligent. O sage, who is this? So humble, while speaking measured words with immeasurable meaning. He is stupid to women. He is a servant of learned persons like you. He is nothing but death to his enemies, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead Hari to the yogis. This extremely tender boy is a festival for the eyes of the people. We cannot tolerate his lotus feet touching the earth. When the king inquired thus with a pure heart in the presence of many persons, the expert son of Gadhi, Vishwamitra, slightly smiled and spoke these words: "Oh, this is Dasharatha's dear charming son, the supreme person named Rama, desirous of carrying out the work of the Devas. This is his dearest younger brother Lakshmana of auspicious characteristics. I brought them from Ayodhya to Siddhashrama. Killing the Rakshasas, Rama easily protected my fire sacrifice. He also he released Ahalya from the curse of sage Gautama by glancing at her. This best of archers wants to see your bow. It seems that It seems that that bow of yours has become a testing stone for gold-like archers. O hero, accept him who is endowed with all auspicious qualities as your son-in-law, just as the preceding deity of the milk ocean previously accepted the ancient person Narayana as his son-in-law. Having heard these words of the son of Gadhi, the greatly blissful Shatananda, the son of Gautama, spoke to the beloved descendant of Raghu, meaning he spoke to Dasharatha. O Lord Ram, O Lord Rama, O Lord of the universe, welcome to you. Oh, he spoke to Rama. O Lord Rama, O Lord of the universe, welcome to you and your younger brother. It is very auspicious that my mother has been given life by your merciful lordship. Okay, this is son of Gautama. So he is very that Rama gave life to Ahalya. I think that this great sage Vishwamitra is fortunate in this world, for your lordship follows him like a disciple. O Rama, this son of Gadhi was formerly a great powerful king who had stolen the Kamadhenu cow of Vasishta, the best of sages. That Kamadhenu destroyed the king's strength through cow herds and others generated from various parts of her body in the form of the Shakas, Mlechas, and Yavanas. Having satisfied Lord Mahadeva, the king obtained all weapons, including the Brahmastra. He fought with Vasishta using them. Vasishta, the son of Brahma, approached Vishwamitra in battle with Lord Vishnu's Brahmadanda. By the mercy of the Supreme Brahman, Lord Vishnu, that weapon devoured those weapons launched by Vishwamitra. The son of Gadhi then became capable through Vaishnava austerity and took Trishanku, who had been made a Chandala by Vasishta's sons, to Swarga. He protected Shunah Shepa, who was made into a sacrificial animal for a sacrifice. Again, he engaged in fierce austerities while remembering Lord Vasudeva. By the desire of Indra, his austerities were destroyed through lust for Menaka, and then anger at Rambha, and then he again engaged in austerities. Without food, breath, movement, or any bodily disturbance, he then performed austerities for several tens of thousands of years for the pleasure of Lord Vishnu. Due to his great austerities, his status as a Rajarshi, Rishi, Maharshi, and Brahmarshi was one by one recognized by Lord Brahma and other demigods. This affection of yours for this Brahmana, whom Lord Vasudeva had favored so much, is not very surprising. Lord Rama heard these words of the son of Gautama and looked at Vishwamitra. Though all knowing, he heard various topics in different places, imitating the ordinary populace. There is no possibility of even slight ignorance in Rama, whose form is ever existing and conscious, and who is the sole illuminator of the entire universe, just as no amount of darkness whatsoever can ever be seen in the sun, which is nothing but illumination. Then on the next day, King Janaka, his cherished desires now satisfied, offered his respects to Vishwamitra, brought him along with Rama to his sacrificial arena, and being expert in speech, humbly spoke these words: O son of Gadi, when I was plowing the earth for a sacrifice, we noticed that there was a fortunate girl within the earth. Because she was found on the path of the plow, we called her Sita, like the prosperity of a great treasure for a poverty stricken man. Sita is a word derived from the word Stira, meaning a plow. So from Sira came Sita. When the girl was fully grown up like the full moon, an anxiety entered into me for a long time. How can I give her to an unqualified man like the three Vedas and to a man of the lowest Varna? An excellent jewel of bows was obtained by me by pleasing Lord Shambhu by our long austerities, and which cannot be moved by anyone other than Lord Shiva himself, just as the Bhumandala cannot be moved by anyone other than Adi Varaha. Formerly, in Daksha's sacrifice, Lord Shiva, not obtaining his share of the offerings, mutilated the demigods with this bow. Then, upon being pleased with them by their prayers, he who is more easily satisfied joined those parts of their bodies with them. This is not mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, but yeah, Ramayana is mentioning. I will give my daughter only to him who can tie this bow. This declaration of mine was spread out all over the world like the rays of the thousand-rayed sun. Reputed princes, the best of valiant warriors and daityas, including the best of the yakshas and rakshasas, quickly arrived here for the Swayamvara like the best of swans assembling at a pond. Some heroes, upon seeing the bow, some having come near it, others upon touching all over the bow, and others upon moving it, became non-heroic and went away. Some others went away frightened upon seeing these persons. Those proud warriors who desired to carry the bow perspired, fell on the ground and fainted. The 10-headed Ravana and others not worthy of lamentation fell into a lamentable state of affairs. So what to speak of others? Those cheats, though stronger than me and though desire of kidnapping my daughter by force, could not do so. They came to me for a war for 1 year, but the excellent benediction from Lord Brahma was my strength. So Lord Brahma, along with the demigods, had blessed King Janaka that nobody would be able to kidnap his daughter during her Swayamvara. Raghava can certainly lift this bow, and may Sita, who is similar to him, follow him, her husband, like the moonlight that follows the full moon, and like the sunlight that follows the sun. The broad-minded Vishwamitra then told the king who had spoken thus, O king, may the bow that neutralizes heroism be quickly brought. Then on the king's order, by means of a benediction from Lord Shiva himself, the excellent weapon of Lord Shiva that was carefully concealed in an iron casket fitted with 8 wheels was dragged and brought over by excellent heroes numbering 500. The sage told Mukunda, Child Rama, string this duel of bows. Upon being instructed thus, the Lord, the son of King Dasharatha, stood up while muttering Om. Om in this context indicates agreement. Upon seeing Rama, the Lord of the world, his charming cheeks surrounded by moving earrings, and himself an ocean of beauty, approaching the bow, there was mutual talk between the women residing there. Kausalya, who gave birth to this very attractive boy, is fortunate indeed. The best of kings, the descendant of Raghu, Dasharatha, is also fortunate, for this destroyer of all miseries has called him father. It is false to say that the Creator has extracted all of the essences of beauty and created him. This jewel of astonishment has naturally appeared on earth to delight people. And Sita, the daughter of Janaka, is not at all an ordinary woman. She is to be respected by the whole world. He appeared from the earth while carrying out a sacrifice like Shri, the wife of the Supreme Lord who had appeared from the ocean. Sita alone can be the pleasing wife of Rama, and Rama alone is qualified for her, just as Indra alone is fit for Mukunda, and Mukunda alone is fit for Indira, not Indra, Indira. Rama's husbandhood of Sita is not to be tested by the king by his lifting the bow. Indeed, the sun's relationship with sunlight is not to be tested with the help of a lamp. May this boy, the son of King Dasharatha, accept the hand of this girl, the daughter of King Janaka. May Lord Narayana fully approve this. Oh friends, we pray for this with our piety. So all the women are talking like that. The ears of the men in the assembly were happy on hearing these loud talks of the women residing in that city. Without being the least surprised, with a smiling face, Lord Rama went and lifted the bow with his left hand. With 1,000 men, while 1,000 men were looking at him, while King Janaka and sage Vishwamitra were uttering auspicious vibrations, and while his younger brother Lakshmana watched him with a smiling face, he sportingly lifted the bow and stringed it. The great bow, as tall as a tala tree, quickly broke in the middle while it was stretched to be fully strung by the Lord of the universe without any effort, just like a fresh sugarcane stick is broken by Indra's elephant. The sound produced by breaking the bow traveled all over the three worlds like an extremely fast messenger, as if explicitly announcing the very pleasing news that Sita has been attained by Rama. Having thus broken the best of bows, certainly unbreakable by others, he of exalted acts and auspicious symptoms stood with Lakshmana, looking at the moon-like face of the sage Vishwamitra. Then Indira Devi herself, on the pretext of being the princess, appeared. That great lady had left the inner quarters like Vedic knowledge from the source of Vedic knowledge. With satisfactory tinkling sounds of her anklets, having defeated the royal swan at every step by the beauty of her movements, with the pleasing taste of love for Rama, Sita slowly reached her beloved Rama on foot. Despite being repeatedly seen, she was again new. Now, description of Sita Devi. Despite being repeatedly seen, she was again new, meaning she looked new. By her splendor, she seemed to smile without a smile. By her look, she appeared to talk without talking. There's a great festival for the eyes of the people. Who can describe all of the auspicious qualities of the goddess of fortune, such as magnanimity, beauty, and sportiveness, describing which, out of curiosity, even the four-faced Brahma became devoid of his characteristic dexterity. Opposing the rapidly streaming river of shyness with the waves of the great ocean of devotion, the goddess of very auspicious form saw the supreme lord of the universe slowly from the corner of her eyes. Beautiful poetry. Mm. Opposing the rapidly streaming river of shyness with the waves of great ocean of devotion. She approached Rama. She saw Rama from the corner of her eyes. Upon seeing her husband with a pleasant face, with lotus eyes, dark, smeared with very fragrant red sandal paste, heroic, youthful, the shelter of citizens, the charming Sita was delighted. So this is her description of Lord Rama. Upon seeing her husband with a pleasant face, with lotus eyes, dark, smeared with very fragrant red sandal paste, heroic, youthful, the shelter of citizens, the charming Sita was delighted. Then Sita offered Rama a garland of golden yellow lotuses, smeared with fresh sandal paste. Rama then cast a charming glance, moistened with the nectar of affection, at the goddess. Seeing the handsome original person, their father with the beautiful goddess of fortune, Brahma, Shiva, Indra, and other demigods with their followers offered prayers and were delighted. Observing the Gandharvas' songs, the Apsaras' dance, the excellent flowers of the heavenly trees offered by the demigoddesses, the sound of musical instruments, and the worship for them, Lord Rama and his wife Sita became very happy. Then, with the permission of Vishwamitra, King Janaka sent messengers to Rama's father. Having reached the residence of the king of the Raghavas after 3 nights of travel, the exhausted messengers rested like swans that reached the Manasa Sarovara lake. Then they immediately joined their palms in supplication and conveyed to Dasharatha, who was surrounded by his ministers, the message of the king of Videha. All the heroes on earth came to lift the bow of Lord Shiva and went back without achieving anything. The lotus-eyed Rama broke apart that bow. Sita has become attracted to him. Please think about what should be done now. Your friend Vishwamitra is waiting to see you. Please come to your beloved son's wedding with your relatives. Hearing these words of Janaka's messengers, the son of Aja became delighted and consulting his ministers decided to go to Mithila. When that night had passed, the intelligent king sent ahead his messengers to Janaka with a large amount of wealth as a wedding gift. On the order of the descendant of Raghu, Sumantra quickly arranged his chariot and had the fourfold army depart from the city. Dasharatha departed on his chariot for Janaka's residence with his ministers, Brahmanas, queens, and Vasishta, the son of Lord Brahma. Noticing from a distance that King Dasharatha desired to enter the city, the king of Mithila then happily and quickly approached him with Shatananda and others. King Janaka, the knower of Shastra, honored the descendant of Raghu according to the Shastras after he entered the city of Mithila, and then spoke to him in the assembly of the best of sages. O Emperor, it is by providence that I see you, for meeting a person dear to oneself is rare. It is by providence that my friendship with your good self, the best of the descendants of Raghu, has come about. After completing the great sacrifice that I have begun, I will certainly bestow my daughters Sita and Urmila to Rama and Lakshmana respectively. Thus addressed by Janaka, the descendant of Raghu slightly smiled and said, the recipient of charity is dependent on the giver of charity. Therefore, let it be so. Delighted to be with all of his beloved sons, King Dasharatha stayed at a separate residence with Vishwamitra, Vasishta, and others who were absorbed in discussions about Lord Hari. The next day, the king of Mithila invited his brother, the hero Kushadwaja, through messengers to come from the banks of Ikshumati for the marriage festivities. Carrying out his duty to the dynasty of Ikshvaku, Vasishta, the royal priest of the dynasty, described the dynasty of the bridegrooms in an assembly of kings from noble families. In the dynasty appeared emperors absorbed in serving Lord Narayana, Ikshvaku. So their names are Ikshvaku, Mandhata, Sagara, Ambarisha, Raghu, Aja, and others. Then, on the order of the sages, Janaka described the dynasty of the brides in which appeared the kings Nimi, Devarata, Krishvaroma, and others. Janaka then promised to bestow his two daughters to Rama and Rama's younger brother respectively. Vishwamitra and Vasishta then spoke to the king of Mithila. O dear one, your younger brother Kushadwaja's two splendorous and beautiful daughters should be given to Bharata and Shatrughna. Hearing the words of the best of sages, the two kings of Mithila said, this has been our prayer that your good selves have uttered. Then the next day, Dasharatha, the descendant of Raghu, invited Brahmanas and performed the Nandi Shraddha and other ceremonies as part of the marriage festivities with the thought, may Lord Vishnu be pleased with us. For the welfare of all his four sons, he gave 4,000 cows with golden horns and clothes to Brahmanas in charity. When he satisfied the Brahmanas with wealth, food, and so on, Bharata's maternal uncle Yudhajit arrived there. Having performed the auspicious Swasti Vachana recitation through the twice born, Dasharatha and his relatives adorned his sons, who were ornamented by their auspicious qualities, with ornaments. Just as Dasharatha, the great chariot fighter, performed auspicious activities such as charity for the welfare of his sons, the two kings of Mithila performed auspicious activities for the welfare of their daughters while abiding by the opinion of Shatananda. The wedding took place under the influence of the Uttara Falguni, a time during which this auspicious activity is praised by the learned as being under the benediction of the Prajapati. The wedding of the four descendants of Raghu at the same Muhurta, with the Brahmanas reciting auspicious mantras, became pleasing to the entire universe. Then, with the approval of Vishwamitra and in line with the duties corresponding to the lineage, Vasishta gathered the ingredients for the fire sacrifice and offered oblations into the sacred fire. Rama, the Lord of the universe, held Sita's red palm that was marked with a lotus with his red palm that was marked with a disc. Having made the couple circumambulate the sacred fire thrice, and then having made them walk 7 full steps, Vasishta concluded the entirety of the remaining ceremonies. The best of the celestials saw Janaki and Rama, the mother and father of the worlds, as a bride and bridegroom getting married. Then a row of celestial airplanes brilliantly shining with jewels, decorated the sky that was already crowded with devas and the followers of the devas. The best of the Gandharvas played the musical instruments of the devas and sang songs, while the Apsaras danced. All of them showered flowers. Charming ladies decorated with all sorts of ornaments, bringing happiness to the eyes of the people, wandered about in the marriage festivities in the city of Mithila like demigoddesses in the heavens. Then Urmila became Lakshmana's wife and Mandavi Bharata's wife. Auspicious Shutakirti became Shatrughna's wife. The king honored priests such as Vasishta and other Brahmanas with excellent wealth. Taking permission from the pure-hearted King Dasharatha and Vasishta early in the next morning, Vishwamitra departed upon being permitted by the king who had tears in his eyes. King Janaka gave excellent wedding gifts to the descendants of Raghu. The wealthy king of Mithila also gave 1 lakh cows, a four-fold army, 1 lakh gold coins and maid servants. Sita attained Rama just as Dakshina attained Lord Yagna, just as Indira attained Damodara, and just as Jayanti attained Rishabhadeva. The people in attendance spoke to each other. This non defective couple, filled with innumerable transcendental qualities, do not age, do not experience sleep and other bodily needs, or undergo distress and other transformations of the mind. These are the parents of the worlds, the lotus like Shri and the lotus eyed Narayana, who have descended on earth upon being beseeched by the rulers of the residents of heaven. This talk of the populace about the couple that became a ladder to the path of liberation and a destroyer of sinful reactions all over the three worlds spread to everyone. Very nicely. This talk of the populace about the couple that became a ladder to the path of liberation, meaning glorification of the Lord is the ladder to the path of liberation, and also it destroys all sinful reactions. So simply we have to keep chanting the glories of the Supreme Lord. Then, taking leave of Janaka, King Dasharatha departed for his city with the Brahmanas, armed forces, as well as his wives, sons, and daughters in law. Observing certain omens on the path, King Dasharatha, who knew about omens, became apprehensive of an upcoming danger and asked his priest about their safety. The sound of birds appeared to break my mind. The deer seemed to declare auspiciousness by moving towards the right. How is this happening? Hearing the king's words, Vasishta spoke in astonishment. A danger has arrived in our midst, but it will also be averted. That was what the two omens indicated. The sound of birds, shrieking sound of birds indicated danger, and the deer moving towards the right was indicated that it will also be averted. Then appeared a greater and wonderful effulgence of lights that resembled the fire at the time of universal annihilation. Upon seeing that effulgence, the great sages spoke to each other as follows. Why does this Lord Parashurama, who made earth devoid of Kshatriyas 21 times, burn so brightly now, having come here with his sharp axe on his shoulder and a fire complexioned bow? What does Lord Vaikunta intend to do? Would the fire of Parashurama not burn the grass of Kshatriya dynasties again? Would it not burn up the three worlds? Speaking to each other thus, the sages offered their obeisances unto him and said, O son of Jamadagni, please be pleased with us. After he was worshipped by Vasishta and other excellent Brahmanas, Parashurama approached Rama, the son of Dasharatha, and spoke to him soberly as follows. O Rama, having obtained two jewels among bows in the past, Lord Hari and Lord Hara, the two masters of the universe, conquered the universe as well as the Suras and Asuras using those two bows. Upon being requested by the celestials to enter into a combat when they become desirous of knowing the extent of the respective powers of Lord Hari and Lord Hara, these two celestials who grant what is asked of them prepared themselves for a combat and stood facing each other holding bows. Simply by uttering Lord Keshava flows Lord Shiva, the presiding deity of false ego. In a moment, just as Garuda freezes a snake. The immortal demigods, headed by Brahma, then glorified the victorious Lord Vishnu. saying, "This is not wonderful for that Lord Hari who regulates the universe. That bow of Lord Shankara has been broken by you. Because of that, you have acquired extensive fame that Rama is an unrivaled person. O descendant of Raghu, if you string this bow of Lord Vishnu that I referred to, then you are the supreme person, a hero equal in strength to me." So Parshurama had the Vishnu's bow, and Rama already broke Shiva's bow. So Parshurama is saying, if you can string this bow of Lord Vishnu, then I will consider you as the supreme person. Noticing the descendant of Bhrigu who had spoken these grave words, King Dasharatha, with tears in his eyes, a faltering voice and lamentation, submissively spoke to him as follows: "Without the defect of passion and hatred, you are certainly Lord Narayana, born from the sage Jamadagni and Renuka, to remove the burden of the earth. O one affectionate to your devotees, O Lord, as one who has renounced weapons, please give me, your devotee and an old person, the alms of the life of my son." Alms, meaning become a beggar. Humbly entreated, thus the beloved descendant of Bhrigu told him, "You have three other sons, let Rama enter into a duel with me." When Rama was requested by Parashurama, who said, "O Rama, Rama, accept this bow," he said, "O Brahmana, let it be so," and smilingly accepted the bow of Lord Vishnu. Smilingly stringing that bow with the effulgence of the luminary bodies, the descendant of Raghu effortlessly fixed an arrow on the bow in a moment. Desiring to see their pastime displaying their wonderful strength, the Devas, Gandharvas, and other subordinate demigods, as well as the sages, arrived and decorated the sky. When Rama told Parashurama, "O Lord, because you are the supreme Brahman, you will not perish with this arrow," the descendant of Bhrigu told the descendant of Raghu, who was ready to release the arrow fixed on the bow, as follows: "O Rama, with your great arrow, destroy the Asura named Atula, whom I have voluntarily kept in my body for a specific reason, and who is filled with terrible ascetic power, and hence pervading throughout the worlds." Oh, when the son of Jamadagni spoke thus, the arrow released by Raghava quickly burnt the Asura named Atula into ashes. Lord Parshurama then said, "O Rama, O son of Dasharatha, it is now definitely known to the people that you are directly Lord Narayana." The descendant of Bhrigu then gladly circumambulated the expert elder brother of Lakshmana, merged into Rama, and yet by the vision of the common people went to Mahendra mountain. The demigod said, "This is the pastime of the two Ramas, who directly possess perfect spiritual forms. Indeed, there is no difference between them." Then they departed to the heavens. King Dasharatha's face, that had faded by lamentation, now blossomed by Rama's prowess, just like a lotus slackened by the night water blossoms by the sun's illumination. With great happiness, the king, surrounded by the best of sages, headed by Vasishta, departed for his city with his dear sons and armed forces. The king reached his city, Ayodhya, which cannot be conquered by enemies. Ayodhya, and which was sprinkled with water, strewn with flowers and unbroken grains, and lined up with flags. Men and women playing various musical instruments and carrying golden pots filled with water came to meet the newly arrived brides with the bridegrooms. King Dasharatha, who was dear to the Brahmanas, entered the inner quarters of his palace that was equal to the city of Purandara, while Brahmanas uttered auspicious Vedic hymns. The three very auspicious brothers, Lakshmana, Bharata, and Shatrughna, shone there with their wives like flames shining with their illumination. Thus, having attained his wife Sita, Rama, whose nature is auspicious and who makes the universe auspicious, became pleased. Indeed, the statement that Sita was the goddess of fortune herself was revealed to be factually true, and not a mere metaphor, because of the wealth of her auspicious excellences. Just as in Shweta Dvipa, the reservoir of auspicious qualities sports with Rama in a shining place on an even more beautiful and unrivaled body of the best of serpents, Rama then enjoyed with the beautiful daughter of Janaka, Sita Devi in Jambudvipa, in this city Ayodhya, like Rishabha with the Jayanti, who made the whole world happy. So this ends the summary of Canto 1. Okay. So then we'll continue this tomorrow, Sri Rama willing. Um, the next section here in this book is an analysis of the cardinal teachings of Sri Valmiki Ramayana. So this is actually Sri Govindaraja, who is the commentator. He analyzes the 18 cardinal teachings of Ramayana that Ramanujacharya had learnt from one of his spiritual masters, Shaila Purna. So these are the cardinal teachings, the most important teachings of um, Valmiki Ramayana. Okay, so we'll see either we will read this or we will go to the section to Canto 2. Yeah, because this one maybe, yeah, we'll do the second canto. I think this one is slightly technical and it will take a lot of time. Okay, we'll stop here. Shri Valmiki Ramayana ki jai.